Charles County Now. I'm Natasha Anthony. Have you ever wondered what really happens to your recyclables after they're picked up? Well, joining us today to talk about that and recycling in Charles County is Meg Romero, the Recycling and Litter Control Superintendent. Welcome, Meg.
Thank you, Natasha. I'm very happy to be here.
Of course, and we're overjoyed to have you here. So now, Meg, before we talk about what happens to recyclables, why don't you just touch on the mission? What's the mission here?
So Charles County Government, the Department of Public Works, we're with the Division of Environmental Resources, and our overall mission is to help the county protect our natural resources and the country as a whole. And we do that through providing proper waste disposal options, whether it's at the landfill or at one of our recycling centers. And we encourage reduction of waste, we encourage recycling, and that in turn helps reduce our need for natural resources.
Awesome. So you talk about encouraging recycles. So talk about what happens to recyclables once they're picked up. Let's just enlighten the audience.
Sure. One of our best known options that we have is the curbside recycling collection. We offer single stream recycling at the curb. It gets picked up every other week at your home. And from there, it's taken to the MRF, the Material Recovery Facility. When it's at the facility, it goes through a variety of different machineries that sort it into the like materials. Those materials are put into large bales, and then from there, the bales are transported to processing facilities where it begins its journey into a new material.
Awesome. I love when you talk about the MRF.
It's such a fun word.
That is a fun word. So we know the mission and what happens to recyclables, but what can be recycled? Can you talk about, what can be put in the bins, the recyclable bins?
So the curbside recycling, the cart, what you can put in there is your general household materials. We accept glass jars and bottles, plastic bottles and containers, paper products, aluminum, tin cans, that sort of thing. Your general small in-house items all can go loosely into the curbside recycling cart.
All right, thank you so much. So you heard that, audience. So you have your papers, your boxes, your aluminum foils, plastic. Definitely put those in the recycling bin. Now, Meg, what challenges are there with recyclables and what confuses people the most about recyclables? Because I know I'm confused as a homeowner who I try my best to ensure that, I look in the back and once I see the little recycling thing, that helps me. I know this has to go into recycle. What are some of the challenges?
One of our biggest challenges is plastic film. It's got the word plastic in it, so everyone thinks, it can go into my recycling cart. But unfortunately, it can't. And when I say plastic film, I'm talking about the plastic wrap that goes around, let's say, a case of water bottles or a plastic bag that you get from the grocery store. That's a plastic film. And people get confused because it's plastic. It's got that name right in it. So, oh my gosh, I can put this into my cart. Unfortunately, we can't. The biggest problem that we have with that is that it gets caught up in the machinery that I mentioned at the MRF. And when that happens, it just causes a whole lot of problems, and machinery has to be shut down, and it's costly and dangerous for the MRF. Those materials, those plastic films, they are recyclable. They're just not accepted in our program. We encourage residents to either use a reusable bag when they go to a store, or take their bags and return them to the store. A lot of retail stores have bins in the front of their stores where they can put plastic films, and not just the bags. They can take the plastic wraps as well and place them in there. And from there, they're recycled properly.
Awesome. Well, that's education for me as well. So I'm pretty sure that someone of you at home sitting, you thinking, I have been guilty of doing this. I've been guilty just because it's called plastic. I have been guilty of adding putting my bottles back into the bag and say, you know what, this is recyclable. So thank you so much, Meg, for clearing that up. So Meg, how has our recycling program grown and evolved? And what's the future? What does the future look like for our program?
Yeah, actually pretty exciting. Within the last 2 years, we have expanded our curbside recycling program to encompass all of Charles County geographically. We expanded out west to the Nanjemoy area at the beginning of 2022. So we were really excited to bring that service to that area of the county. And we service, I think it's roughly just under 60,000 homes. And we continue to grow our curbside program and expanding to the new developments as we're able to. We have recently added new programs to our recycling centers. One of them that we're really excited about is bicycles. So a lot of people have been taking their bicycles to the centers to just be recycled, but now we have a program, Bikes for the World, and they come and they take the bikes and they refurbish them and redistribute them to people who might need them.
That is amazing. So we are talking with Meg Romero. She's Recycling and Litter Control Superintendent here at Charles County Government. And Meg is talking about everything recyclable. And of course, you just heard, audience, there is a bicycle recycling program. So lots of us, we're all guilty of having old bicycles and we just, garbage them. They can actually be reused so that some other child somewhere or an adult who cannot afford it can actually use that bicycle. So please recycle your old bicycles as well. Now, Meg, as we come on to the end of this interview, if people want to know more information about this program and what your recycling office is doing, can you just share information where we can go, what to do?
Sure. Our website is pretty vast, and on there you can search all of our programs. If you have a specific material that you're not sure what to do with, you can type it into our search engine and it will tell you how you can properly dispose of it. We also have an app called Charles County Recycles, and from that app you can do everything on the website that you could do on the website as well.
All right, and I know I did say one other question, but just finally, what's one thing you would want people to know about our recycling program?
That it is more than just the curbside recycling. We do operate 4 recycling centers in the county, and there are many things that can be brought to each of those centers, including, like I said, the bicycles, batteries.
And no plastics.
No plastic films, correct. Unfortunately, we don't have that program. We have a household hazardous waste collection program the first Saturday of each month. So it's not just the curbside recycling. We have many ways to just properly dispose of and recycle many types of different materials.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Meg. So this is Charles County Now, and we were talking with Meg Romero. She is Recycling and Litter Control Superintendent here at Charles County Government. Meg, once again, thank you so much for the invaluable information that you've given us about recycling, which is so critical, especially for you to keep our environment healthy and clean. So thank you so much. Thank you for the amazing work you're doing. This is Charles County Now, and I'm Natasha Anthony. Thank you so much for joining us.